is here. This is my new mat that stops it being shiny for you guys. So, and then so this is where we are. So we put these on. These were the voted popular choice, and I actually think now it was probably the right choice. I think it goes really well with like the look of it. And also, I wouldn't have been able to if I'd used the other fabric, the C, that was the one with lots of stripes and lots of colours. That would have been a bit busy, and I wouldn't have been able to put that on. So I think it all kind of fell into place. So this is where we currently are. So remember, we made some holes in here last week, like right at the very end. And the reason for that is we want to make a French board. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to make our French board. Okay. Now, like I say, I know it as such, a French board. You may not. So, going to use some grey board. I think it's 2 millimeters thick. It might be 3. It might be impossible to see. Oh, it's 2. Looking at the wrong part of my glasses, that doesn't help. And then this is what I'm going to cover it with. I'm going to have, well, one side of it's going to be covered in this. Now this is because this is padded, and this isn't like a bubble envelope. So these are the ones with bubble wrap in that are like bubbly, yeah. So these are the ones. These are the modern ones, but you can get what are called Jiffy Green, and it's got inside it. It's got lots of fibres in it. And it's nice. It feels like it's got fabric inside. Now I'm going to have to cut it down anyway, so we'll see what's inside it. But this is kind of lends itself better than a piece of bubble wrap, because a piece of bubble wrap doesn't feel very old. Do you know what I mean? So this is what we're going to use. We're going to have it on one side of this because we're going to decorate the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the decoration of it. Well, I'm going to start at the very, very beginning and cut it down first, Dave. And then we'll decorate it with some bits of book page, and then we will cover it. That's what I was thinking. So we need to be, I want it to be a bit shorter than this, okay, but I don't mind if it sticks out a bit, so I'm not going to cut any width off it, I'm going to cut the height of it off, if you know what I mean. If you don't know what I mean, I'm not going to be able to help, because me and talking don't go together. So I'm thinking I'm going to go to about here, so there's no measuring, it's just about, if I get a ruler and it comes to a nice size, a perfect size, then that'll be brilliant. But if it doesn't, then we'll make it a perfect size. Oh, there you go. It's a bit smaller than 30 centimeters, so shall we make it? Let's make it 29 and a half. I was going to go 29, but I thought, oh no, that's a bit risking it a bit. Okay, make it 29 and a half. So we're talking centimetres now. I know I flip between centimetres and inches. I do this in my life. I don't know about Brian, but certainly at my comprehensive school there was definitely a mix of imperial and metric measurements going on, and so we were at that crossover era.
Just getting used to it.
Yeah, we're at crossover era where the teachers basically had learnt in inches, and then they were teaching in centimetres. And my parents knew everything in inches, and so yeah. So it was. I'm a crossover child.
But it was fun.
It was, yeah. So I can actually remember the uproar of when they changed from weighing things like sweets and vegetables and fruit and all of that from pounds to kilos, and the whole not understanding what it meant for my parents, so, and me having to kind of translate, so like a bit like a child who's got multiple languages in their family. They end up being the translator. So okay, so That's our piece of board. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to check it and check that it's not going to be too short. No, that's perfect. Okay. And then I'm just going to cover all of this. The reason I'm going to cover this, I'm going to cover it in some paper first, because then when we put this on and it's only on one side, you won't see the grey board at the edges, and it makes it a little bit neater. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it so that it kind of wraps round a bit round the other side. So I pulled some papers out, so I'll get those out of the way. So I really like these. Sorry, I like playing with these. So, and the glassine bags. We're going to have. So these I made for my glassine tutorial, and we're going to. I'm going to be. The reason I've kept hold of these are going to be some of the inserts that go into this journal. So I'm going to. Yeah. What shall I do? What I'll do is because I have to have my light on, and you guys don't want to see the glare. And I don't want to use this and get glue all over this. I will move that out of the way and leave those book pages there while I glue things. So I'm just going to randomly stick, and I want it to hang over the edge because I'll wrap it round. So hopefully this makes sense, and if it doesn't, tough. Yeah, exactly, tough. You're on your own. Okie dokie, pig in a pokey. Where on earth is that? You haven't had a pig in a poke? Oh, right. You had a really nice glue book. Where's that, Brian? It was a nice size. Perfect. That's the one. This is a perfect size glue book. It doesn't really matter which size I use, so side I use. That's interesting. That's like, oh no, it is the right way. Oh no, sorry, I'm just having a moment. Don't worry about me. Just pretend I'm not here. Well, no, don't pretend I'm not here, because then you're looking at a blank screen. So, okay, so I'm basically going to turn it into a writing board to start with, but only on one side, and then we'll crack on with sticking the other stuff down. So okay, and I'm just going to wrap this round now as I go. Pair of scissors would be useful, Dave. There we go. Just cut that bit down, cut this bit off, I think, actually. Oh, caggy handed style, but there you go. There we go. Get sticking now. Get sticking. Pipsqueak. I said this to Brian earlier. I like that word, pipsqueak. Does anybody know what a pipsqueak is? Do you want me to tell you? Pipsqueak is what? I can't tell you. Can't read what? Gringle it. What? Pipsqueak. What? What? Gringalet. Pipsqueak. Something I can't pronounce. Oh, that's out. That's the phonetics of how to say it. And then I guess it's a colloquialism. It says it's a colloque. But yeah, it doesn't actually tell you any more than that, so that's a bit disappointing, isn't it? Yeah. I'm just tearing this bit off so there's not so much white area for me to cover. What's on the other side? Oh, well, that's not really. That's just as not interesting. Just as not interesting, because that's a term. I'm really warm. Honestly, I feel like all that sticky and horrible. That's sticky and horrible.
It's warm.
I don't know what. Is it warm? Is it warm outside?
Yeah, it's
All right.
good storm.
It's really muggy. Oh, you know what? Was an interesting thing. I was reading on my YouTube page today. I was reading the analytics of my YouTube page. Hang on, I've got more than one page here. The analytics of my YouTube page, and I was reading that the majority of my audience is made up of American, Canadian, and British. Okay, primarily. I mean, I think there's like 0.1% of people that watch it that it just says other nationalities, so it's everybody else is grouped together. Like the majority are American, then it's Canadian, and then it's British. But one of the things that I found really interesting is that 10% of the people have to use subtitles. So I didn't realise that people needed subtitles to understand me. So what does that say about me?
Too posh.
Oh, I see. It's not because I've got an interesting accent or anything like that. It's just because I'm too posh, as Brian just told me. I know. I thought that was funny as well. It's not like I'm speaking a different language.
Well, it might be to them if they're not from.
Oh no, but I know, but like, but well, no, but like, because they only make up 0.1% of the people listening, but of the people watching, but of those people that do watch, 10% are using subtitles. So that's what's happened to the 9.99%. Why can't they understand me if they're from English-speaking countries? You know, like, what, it's yeah, 'cause I'm too posh.
You're just too posh.
I'm not posh. I'm not posh. I don't know whether does posh translate. Somebody will have to have subtitles on to know what we're talking about now. What's posh? Does posh translate? Is posh a? I don't know why. I don't know why I keep flipping this over.
Posh spice.
Yeah. Does posh translate? I don't know. Is it a British term?
I don't know actually.
It's like snob. Is that? I'm not a snob. I am not a snob, am I?
No, you're not a snob.
Right. Good answer. I'm not a snob, am I? No. Yeah, I just thought that was really interesting that people need subtitles for me. So, and it's not like I have a thick Yorkshire accent because I'm a Cummeriner. So.
A what?
A Cummeriner.
A Cummeriner.
Yeah. Somebody when I first moved here, I moved to.
A blow-in.
I was. Oh right, is that another term? A blow-in. I first moved to Huddersfield. That's where I first lived, and somebody described me as a Cummeriner. So. You're not from these parts, are you? You're a Cummeriner. Hey, Bayek, you're not from these parts, lad. You can tell. It came something like that. It sounded something like that, anyway. Because I think people in Huddersfield have they definitely have a different accent.
Speech impediment where you were just talking.
Sorry?
I said there must have a speech impediment where you
You said that. I did not say that, Brian. So, there were some things that they came out with when I first moved here that I'd never heard. Like, I think I've told you about the pants incident. When I first moved here, I know trousers to be called trousers. I'd never heard the term pants. Well, I'd heard it in America. I'd heard it from America, like people calling them pants. But I never thought that it was a term that we used over here. So when I first moved here, I was working somewhere where I was working. One of the girls I was working with said, I said, "Oh, did you have a nice lunch break?" She'd had a long lunch break, and I said, "Oh, did you have a nice lunch break?" And she said, "Yeah, I got some new pants. Do you want to see them?" And the pants to me were underwear, and I was like, "No, not really." And like, anyway, she said, "Oh no, no, look, I'll show you." And I was like, "Oh no, please, please don't show me." But then it turned out that she meant trousers, which was a relief, really. So then I was like, "Pants," and then we had a laugh about the fact that I must have envisaged her showing me her smalls, and she says, "Why would anybody do that?" I said, "I don't know. Like, I'm just telling you what went through my mind." Not so. As she also knew I was of the other persuasion, she was like, like, no wonder you were terrified. So, yeah, so smalls are not pants. Well, they are pants here, but they're not pants to me. They are trousers on the trousers on the outside, and smalls, or underwear, or pants. So I've always known my pants to be called pants. But that was like real confusing, and then somebody was talking about it was, forgive the pronunciation if this is wrong, but ossing to slart. Have you heard of that? Ossing to slart. No. Starting to rain, apparently. That's what that means. It's ossing to slart. Okay. They're talking another language.
Yeah, even to me.
And they were like, "That's right, Yorkshire, that ossing to slart." And then when I moved to Batley and Leeds area, like, nobody knows what that is. So, like, it's obviously just a Huddersfield thing. But they say in the UK, if you drive 20 minutes, the accent will be different. So, no, my accent won't be different. Well, mine might be different because it might be French, or it might be like I started. Like I started this with, like, I said, "Oh, don't start me on that," because I ended up with like a real like West Country type accent. I don't know where I picked it up from. It's because he was saying something, and I'm not even from the West Country, so I don't know where I got that from. But yeah, so with me, you can drive for 20 minutes in a car with me, and my accent might change.
That's right.
Yes, you can have, or you can have, ha ha! So, I'm a pirate, ha ha! Or you could have, oui, oui, my name is Pierre, and I am a Frenchman. I have a bicycle. I do not have.
Learn to be fluent from our
I can't do. Although I'm learning to speak German, I can't do a German accent. I just cannot do a German accent.
It just makes you shout.
Yeah, I do. I become shout. If I try and do a German accent, I end up shouting. So, I don't know. So yeah, no idea. What else do I want on here? Put this on, or hobbies. Oh, there you go. It says hobbies. Yeah, we'll have that on there. I'm not worried about covering that square end up. It's getting a bit too technical anyway, this whole thing. Ugh, sticky page. No, don't stick that. So yeah, so there you go. That's my accents. So those bits, they'll definitely confuse the closed caption. Ossing to slart. There you go. Get that. So I don't know. Alexa, what does ossing to slart mean?
I don't have an answer for that.
See, even she doesn't know. So, like, if Alexa doesn't know, then nobody knows. Although, to be fair, if Alexa doesn't know, possibly everybody knows. It's just that she's having a bad day. because there are times when Brian and Alexa have arguments, so
You do not get on.
they don't get on. They don't understand as well. She doesn't understand his really thick Yorkshire accent. So
You call him thick.
oh damn it! I didn't get any mints out of the freezer. So we're not having stuffed marrow. I don't know what we are having because we don't have anything else. So, yeah. So noodles for tea. Tea. That's something else. I've always called it tea though. Here. So eating an evening meal, I've always called tea, but that's a very Yorkshire thing, calling it tea. But yeah, I'm not from Yorkshire, so maybe I was destined, to be here. Doomed is what I meant. So yeah, tea. I've always called it tea. Yeah, I've always called it tea. So I don't know where that's come from in our family. Although no, I think it's a Coventry thing as well. People from Coventry call it tea. So, and then we've on the whole roll debate, aren't we? So, I call like bread rolls. I would call them batches, and nobody here calls them batches. Nobody would even know what I was talking about if I said a ham batch. Whereas here they're called what? What are they called here?
That's what you get.
A tea cake. That's it. A tea cake to me has got currants in it. So
Tea cake, a bath of bread, but different people call them different things for different.
horses for courses.
Yeah, that too.
There's a horse for your course. Of course. A horse. A horse, of course. So, oh God, go and get that off there. There we go. Put that on there. So that should cover my board up. So that was like really exciting to watch, wasn't it? I think I'm just gonna have to put a little bit more of a strip round here so that if you can see under the padding, won't see under the padding. Doesn't make sense, Dave, but you know what you're talking about. Okay, so just so that if you can see if the corner flips up, you won't be able to see just grey board underneath it. So that's what I mean. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that on there. A bit of this, maybe. Sorry, I've just realised I've gone quiet. Keep talking. Why have I gone quiet? I was enjoying myself for a moment there. How dare I? And then, oh no, that's what I want. I want that edge. I just want to put something there. Yeah, actually, it doesn't need to be that big, Dave. Nobody's going to see it. This is because I'm a perfectionist. This is not because you are going to see it. It's just in case you can see it. So there we go. Okay, so let's get rid of those. Let's get rid of the tiny pieces of book page that I used to keep that I've stopped keeping anymore because I had that many of them and never used them. Move that out of the way. Move the glue book out of the way. Okay, so this is where we are. Oh, hello. Flippity doo-dah. So, pop that in there. Oops. That's not stuck down. Oh, well, these things happen. In the grander scheme of things, it's not a massive problem, is it? So there we go. So that's that one side. Oh, now everything's falling over. Okay, so now we're going to put this on here. What we're going to do is we're going to use the padding for the board that we're then going to cross with this elastic. So the elastic's going to go kind of randomly across the board in different ways, and you can tuck things then behind it. And I got this elastic because I thought it might. I was doing it from memory. Yeah, it kind of goes, doesn't it?
I said put coffee on it if you decide it's too black.
Yeah. So I could always coffee it,
Or
coffee dye it, or
vintage photo it.
or a vintage photo or something like that. But let's get the padding on. Let's get that book out of the way, otherwise that's going to get wrecked. Okay, so I actually found out this was just coincidence that the width of this was perfect. It perfectly fitted that panel of this thing. So I'm going to have to cut down this line. Now, because I don't know what's inside it, I don't know how to cut it. Maybe I'll just use a pair of scissors. Well, this is when we'll find out what's inside these. So these are the eco-friendly ones because they don't kill dolphins. So, well, not that any of them do kill dolphins, but like the plastic in them. Anyway, shut up, Dave. So in here, oh look, it is tumble dryer fluff. It looks like it looks like tumble dryer fluff. So yeah, I don't know whether you saw that. Let's just see if I can hold it up so it doesn't. But yeah, inside, that's what's inside it. So can you see that? Does that show up on the camera?
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
So it's very fluffy. I breathed it in. It's abandoned ship. So I might have to cut it down a bit more, but we'll have a look. So this bit, the padding doesn't go to this bit here. So there's like a half centimetre bit where it doesn't go to, and that's fine. I don't want the fluff to go all the way. So I'll use this edge as the edge where it attaches to the rest of the book, because I'm going to have to put rivets in, not rivets. Brads in either top and bottom, side to side. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to have to go through like the loose bit all the time for this side, because this is the bit that's going to attach to the. Oh, shut up, Dave! Don't know what you're talking about. So just go on with it. Okay, so I'm going to have to cut it down a bit more because it's not going to fit otherwise. Oh no, let's do it. That's too much pressure. So, well, we're going to have to cut the top and the bottom off. But let's try not to cut too much of the. Right, okay, so we'll do it like that. So if I stick this down, if I stick it down first. Sorry, I'm thinking on the spot. That's the ticking sound is my brain thinking. Okay, let's stick it down. Let's use this. Okay, so I'm going to stick it down and then worry about how I'm going to cut it down in a minute. So where's the end of the fluff go to? Fluff definitely comes to an end there. So if I stick it down, I want the bottom to be the bit that is. Yeah, I want the bottom to be the bit that's. So it doesn't all like if it does open a bit, all the bits aren't going to just fall out to the bottom. That's what I'm thinking. Gravity works like that. So nobody has a clue what I'm talking about, but you know what? Neither do I. So
all in the same boat.
Yeah, we are all in the same boat. Yeah, we're all going down with the ship. So I'm just going. I don't know how far do I have to go with this? Too far. That's how far we go? Too far. I don't think it goes quite this far, but I'll do it anyway. I'm just going to go all the way over it, and then like I did with the fabric, I'm just going to then smear it out a bit, just so it kind of covers the whole area. Oh, try not to make a hole in the paper, Dave. Otherwise you'll spring another leak. So, I'm just trying to get as much on in as quickly as possible because I don't want this to dry out. Whoa, a lot of this. Oh, I'm feeling really high now. I can hear my neighbours gossiping about, like, I think they're talking about the power outage. Where were you when the power went out?
Yeah, on the other side of the street.
Yeah, on the other side of the street they were. The power went out for us, but it came back on. Interesting. It's also interesting that the power went out on the other side of the street for most of them. It went out and didn't come back on again, but for some of them it came back on. So it's like, I don't know how National Grid have wired the street up, but that seems very random. I can understand it being one side of the street going off and not coming back on again, but to have almost all the houses down that side of the street go off, but some of them randomly are still on.
Check your wiring to make sure they're not hooked up to you.
Yeah, they might be actually hooked up to me. No wonder my electricity bill is so high. No, Dave. No, Dave. No, snow, Dave. Snow. No, okay, so I'm not going to do it the way I was going to do, because I need the bottom to be the bit that's sealed. So I think the bit that's going to go attached to the book is going to be that side. Which is going to complicate things, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, so I'm just going to have to stand for a minute. I'll stick it down. Okay, so the bits are coming out and they're going into the air. Okay, so that means that, yeah, so it's stuck along there and there with the flat bit where the stuff doesn't come right to the end. No, that's right. That's going to go into the... Oh, shut up, Dave. You don't know what I'm talking about. Neither do I. So join the club. Now I'm going to trim this down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this bit off here. Try not to trim the end of my board as well, obviously. And the reason it needs to... So just in case you're wondering, why on earth are you going through all of this just for some padding? The reason why is you need the padding to provide a bit more tension for the elastic. Because when the elastic's at its full capacity, the tension between the padding and the elastic will hold on to the pieces that you tuck into it. That's why notice boards that have got that kind of crisscross design on are padded. So otherwise you just put if it was no padding, there'd be no tension, and therefore you just put the cards in and they just slide back out the bottom. So the cards or whatever you're going to put in them. This is not a time to use your Tim Holtz scissors, Dave, because these are going to be wrecked and covered in glue.
Don't do it.
I'm going to cut this bit off here. Oh, it's stuck to my scissors now. It's all getting very sticky. There we go. And all this is now starting to fall out. So what I need to do is I need to find a way to stick these bits down. I also need to find the way to stick this bit down first. Come on, please don't do this. So stick this bit down. So that's the bit with the where it doesn't come all the way to the edge. And then this bit I need to stick down in some way, and this bit I need to stick down in some way. So I think possibly the best thing to do is to kind of edge it with something. Oh, I know. I was thinking, what shall I edge it with? Maybe this comes back into play. So this is the stuff that we edged the other bits with, you know, the boards with. Maybe this is another time when we're going to use this to edge it and that kind of seal it together. So sticking this around all the way around. I could do it like that, or I could put some fabric on it. So I don't have any fabric to hand, so no, use what you've got, Dave. Use what you've got. Yeah, I can always cover it with fabric if I don't like it, can't I? So I need to. What I'm trying to do is encapsulate this, because I'm never going to be able to get. If I put glue down here, it's not going to hold it together because there's too many loose fibres. So let's concentrate on the sides that need doing, and then we'll decorate these sides so that they've. So it's all getting very sticky, Dave. I just need some water. I need to drink because I can't summon enough saliva to get this to lick and stick.
Use that lick of paper. Yeah.
One of the first jobs I ever had was working in an office for. Working in an office for a retail company, the second company that I had a career of 7.5 years with. But I used to have to lick. Well, those were the days when you had to lick stamps, and I used to have to lick the stamps at the end of the day. So I used to go home with my tongue stuck to the roof of my mouth, and that horrible taste of cow hoof in my mouth. So I could use. You have to be very careful, otherwise you end up with a paper cut on your tongue. But I could use glue to stick it down with, but you know, I'm not. Yeah, but you know, I'm not going to. So, okay, stick that down. Oh, hang on, hold it, hold your horse. It's supposed to be stuck down. Okay, stick this bit down, and then curl it over. I'm a traditionalist. Do things the hard way, that's what that means.
Is that what traditionalists do?
Yeah.
Does it?
I like it the traditional way. It's like when people say, oh, things were so much easier without computers. Were they? Were they actually so much easier? No, that meant that I used to work, when I worked in retail, when there was no, before computers were really in big use. Stock taking, nightmare. But then, well, am I just rambling? Are people just like, what on earth is he talking about now? Why have we moved from, like, I can't remember even what I was talking about. What was I talking about? Who am I? Why?
There's conversation around the pants.
You're having conversations about pants without me. What?
So Joy said she didn't know that every Sunday's a learning Sunday. And Leah went, God, I hate folding clothes. Got a new set of drawers, just putting stuff in it now, haha.
Oh yeah, drawers. That's another term, isn't it? For oh, look at her airing her drawers.
Dirty drawers in public.
Yeah, never air your dirty drawers in public. Never air any dirty anything in public. So yes, every Sunday is a learning Sunday. I honestly can't remember even what I was talking about 2 minutes ago. Hooves, horses' hooves. No, that was like me. No, what? Yeah, shut up, Dave. All these bits of fluff is really like not. I can feel it all in the back of my throat. I feel like I've been working in a mill. So, I was working as a waitress in a cocktail bar. Yeah. I don't know where that came from. My tongue's getting really sticky. Sorry about the noises. It's just to cover up the sound of me licking. I don't make that noise when I lick. Just to clarify. Worcester does. Oh, that galloping noise that they do. Dogs. Anybody that owns a dog, when they just suddenly when they go frenzied licking of usually their bits, and then it's like, stop it. I've got a thing about noises. I don't like noisy eaters, and I can't cope with like animals. They just make. I know they don't make intentional noises. They're not. It's not like you can say to a dog, "Chew with your mouth closed." I don't know. Can they chew? No, they can't chew with their mouth closed. I can say it, but they don't pay any attention.
But your mother can say it to them.
So, yeah. There you go. I'm just going to have another drink because I've got dehydrated cow hoof in my mouth. So, let's get this stuck down. Right. Summon up some saliva, Dave. Summon up some saliva. That's not one of the wishes that you'd expect somebody to have. You've got 3 wishes. More saliva. I don't need to eat now. There we go. Put that on there. It is gross. I think actually though this stuff sticks better if you do stick it with the lick than you do with the glue. Stuck with lick. Licked with love. Licked with a loving lick. Yeah, we'll leave that there. Oh, but like lick was always like got you through everything, Brian. A lick cured everything. When like you got when I saw a statue, like, or when you were a kid and you got chocolate on your face and your mum would lick a tissue and then like, well, a hanky that had just been hanging around in a pocket and then wipe it off, like not just wipe it off, like that. Like give you a friction burn as well at the same time. Those are the days before people have wet wipes. Spit on a tissue and wipe your child's face, and then we wonder why, why we're more susceptible to like diseases and things now because we don't eat dirt and we don't get lick on our face. So. I'm not happy about that. There's a little bit of it sticking up and I want to get this stuck down. Although, have I managed to do it? No, I haven't. Thought I had, hadn't. So. I don't know. This might be just me. People are probably thinking, what? No.
What?
My mother never spat on a tissue and licked my face. But, oh right, okay. So, like, you weren't saying anything before, Brian. You were making me... leave me hanging. Okay, so we've got a bit of give now on this. A lot of trouble for something. I probably could have just put a piece of felt between 2 sheets of paper. Although I have to say, I do not like the sound of like paper on fabric. It's like blunt pencils on rough paper. It's made me go all goosebumpy. Oh look, I've gone all goosebumpy. So right, let's get some holes done. Okay, we're gonna have to have some holes all the way around. So let's have a think about this. So if this is going to go on it, this is going to kind of like have a look about how look-a-bear, 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 ooh wee. Oh shh.
And it's off.
Yes. And then kind of like that. And coming back. I want it kind of randomly crisscross. Okay. I don't know why I just did that and then like just got rid of it. I want one. No, that's something too permanent. Let's use a pencil. So I'm going to have a hole. I am a mole and I live in a... I'll have a hole there. One there. And it's going to come back and go across here somewhere. And then maybe down to there, which is a bigger... Yeah, I quite like that. I like the fact that it's not perfect. There. Then from there, maybe to here. Oh, no, no, I want it further up. Get rid of that, Dave. You just talk amongst yourselves while I carry on with this. So down to here, and then down to here. From there, I'm going to come up and maybe come up to... That's going to go there. Where's that one going? There. Maybe come up to here. And then from there... from there, I'm going to go up this way somewhere. Let's go to there. Completely lost what I'm doing now. Right. Pegs are being deployed. Put that there. And then put this one over here. I'll tell you what, why don't we just have a peg that just doesn't work? Also, put that there. Where are the rest of the pegs? Pegs! Come on! Pegs. Pegs, clips, cleats and clamps. Ground floor for perfumery, stationery, leather goods, gifts and haberdashery, kitchenware and food. See? Clips, pegs, clips, cleats and clamps. And all the pegs are in here. So glad you tuned in now, aren't you? Every day's a learning curve.
Oh yeah, trousers are also kecks in now.
Kecks? Oh yeah, get your kecks off. Sorry, I don't know why I know it in that way.
Taught you that?
Yeah. Yes, I have been asked. I've been politely asked that before. Get your kecks off. Yeah, that's true. Don't know what. There must be some other colloquialisms for them. Oh no, we're going to there, aren't we now? Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out a bit of a random layout. Is that where I'm going? No. Oh, I don't know now. No, I'm going to go to there, I think. Oh no, don't know. Oh no. No, I'm going to go there. And then I'm going to go to there. And then I'm going to go, I don't know, maybe right all the way up to there. And then I'm going to have to watch this video back to be able to find out how to thread this up, because I'll have made all the holes and lights. I won't have a clue. And up to here. And then I don't know. I want it to be really like random, look like it's been homemade, and you know, and somebody didn't know what they were doing. A bit like I'm doing now. Cross to there. I feel like that corner's missing out now. This is going to have that many holes in it. It looks like it's been shot at. So, to there. To me. To you.
To me. To you.
I might have to go through one of the holes that I've already got. Yeah, rather than try and make another hole. Oh, now how do you do that with two hands when you need a third one? There you go. Done it. And to there. Something like that. I feel like that's missing something now. Although you'd need somewhere to. Is that too much?
Yeah, because they're going to be stretched a bit further out. Cause
Yeah.
the edge out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think like that.
I like it.
Okay. Oh, hello. Oh, hello.
In its randomness.
Yeah. So I need a hole. I'll tell you what. Shall I just make holes as I take the clips off? You haven't got any better way. Anyway, haven't got any better where? No, that's a catalogue company. You hadn't got anywhere better to go, had you? So.
Not
So.
until about 7.
Why? What? You? What? You going somewhere? Eh?
Work out.
Oh, are you? You at work today?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Sorry, that was really high pitched, wasn't it? You're at work today.
We had discussed it yesterday.
Oh, okay.
2 night
Okay.
shifts.
All right. I thought you were off today. I genuinely thought you were off today. I genuinely thought you were off today. Okay, got that. I think it's going to be big enough for the. Where the heck? They're going to be big enough. Hells. It is a hell and it's not big enough. Is it not big enough? I don't know. How does one tell? When the thing goes through it. No, it's not big enough. It's going to have to be one of the bigger hells. Shush! I don't know what you're upset about. What's up? The squeaking is not Brian, it's the dog.
I'll wait till I turn the camera off.
Yeah, Brian does all the squeaking when the camera's off. So, yeah, that's perfect. That's what we need. Okay, so then one here. Pokey tool to get the thing out of the hole. This is the only thing I don't like about these things. Is they're not easy to get the paper remains out. Okay, that one, and this one, the hole. Let's try and do it so that there's a bit more, little less random in the depth it goes in. I'm just talking to myself now. I've forgotten that you guys are still there. Are you still there? I don't know if you're still there.
Still there.
Right, okay, let's poke these bits out. So I want to get this bit done. You know, at least the holes punched. What you might see next time you see me is I might have threaded this so that I'm not in that whole under pressure state. So dun 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 dun. Oh. It won't go in the hole. Why won't you go in? There must be a bit thicker padding on that bit. What? Your thighs have got thicker padding? It won't go in. Oh, it doesn't help that it's clogged. There you go. Maybe that might make it. Oh, there you go. It goes in now. It was clogged. That's what it was. Yeah, I wish they'd clear their own waste out. Take this one off. Have it here, a bit further over than where my pencil mark was. So, we're going to have one here. And then we're going to have one here. Might be a bit further up actually, so it's not right on the end. Is this looking really messy on my desk? Because it's looking really messy to me. Right, get rid of them. I'm going to have one here. One here. There's actually a pencil mark on that bit. Although I've just made a hole a bit further away from the pencil mark. Never mind. Come on. Get out. Get out. Come out wherever you are. And on here, just holding on to the awl so that it doesn't roll off. And then one here. I feel like this corner's missing something, so I'm going to put one in here as well. Whether I use it or not, I don't know. There we go. So we've got a bit of random, all over the place stuff in us. So we got those bits out there. Okay, let's get these. Get some eyes put in here, and then we'll be able to see what we're doing. Ha ha! Eyes. Ha ha! It's not funny when you have to repeat it. Eyes. Ha ha! Eyes. Ha ha! Ha ha! Eyes. Ha ha! Okay, shut up. So, move that out of the way. Now there's like looks like I've got little rabbits because there's little droppings all over the place. They're bunched out. I haven't got droppings. Shut up, Dave. So I need some rivets. Brad's. Janet. Brad. Is there any more Brads? Oh, there are some more Brads. Are there any more Brads? There are more Brads up here. So I think I'm going to use the not the silvery ones. I'm going to use some of these. These are We Are Memory Keepers ones. Not that I'm sponsored by them, because I'm not, but... Sorry? Yeah, I'm trying to be sponsored by them. I use a lot of their stuff. They could sponsor me. No, then they wouldn't. Then I'd get it for free, and they wouldn't have to. I wouldn't be buying it then, would they? So I want these steady. I want these to be on this side. Let's maybe put them all in, or I'll put them in all the way around. Do I want this colour? Yeah, I want that colour. Steady. Don't know whether these are going to fall out as I try and put the things in, but never mind. We'll just put them in for now and make sure we've got enough. And then I think what we'll do, like I say, I might thread it off camera. And then what we'll do next week is we will find a way to attach it to the book. What we'll also do is we'll decorate it a bit, because I don't want the barcode on, because the barcode is a dead giveaway that it's not from the Victorian period, isn't it? That Victorian barcode. Have I got enough? Yes, I have. I think I have. Yeah, I have. Cool. Okay, right. I'm going to close that back up again, otherwise one knock and they will be all over the floor. Right, I'll put them on my Amazon wish list again. Get some more of them from Santa. So, hint, hint. Santa is very good. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Yeah. So I'll show you the back in a minute. Oh, this is worked out perfect. Oh dear. Well, it has until it won't go in. It's shone. Mein Hund ist schon. But loud and annoying at the moment, yes. Mein Hund ist barking at the window. I don't know what that is in German, so... He's not barking at the window. He's at the window, barking. He's barking at the... I think it's probably the power grid guys and the passers-by that have got dogs that are probably stopping to have a chat and say, "Oh, what's going on? Oh, that's a big hole." Like,
My word, big hole.
it's a big hole you've got.
Okay.
Where am I? This is the last one to do, I think. Okay, so there we go. So this is how they look on the back. So these are they kind of flatten out around the back. Some of them haven't quite come through, but I think they'll be okay. Okay, so that's what we've got. So there are random holes. Like I say, they're quite random. They don't line up. I don't care. I think, like I say, I will do this off camera. But what will happen is, I will give you a simulation if I can get this to go through the hole. Pokey tool, where is it? There. Hokey cokey pokey. There you go. Put that through there. So then that go through there, and then right, I need to get it. Let's get it through in one of the other holes so I can give you a bit of a sense of what's going on.
Sense in this house.
An essence, then an essence,
Less sense.
a less sense of what's going on. Poke that through there. Of course, it's elastic, isn't it? It's going to spring back out again, Dave. So.
Right, yeah.
There we go. So what's going to happen is these are going to be pulled fairly taut. Yeah. So let's hold on to them at the back, and then what that means is there's a bit of a spring, and that should. Do you have a journal card I can just borrow? Again, Brian's journaling, making journal cards at the side of me, and so that should then hold on, and it does. See, it holds on to because it's got that tension between the elastic pressing against the padded area, and so it holds on to it. So perfect, it does work. So what was in my brain actually worked out. So yeah, it did what it said on the tin. So there was no tin, but it did what it said. So these will crisscross over, and then be able to put things in behind it. So yeah, so that's what it's gonna. That's kind of what it's gonna look like. Like I say, I might thread that off, or I might, at least thread it and then take it out and do it next week together. But I'll have a bit more of an idea of how we're going to thread it up. So there we go. That's where we currently are. So I think we're a little bit over the hour. I did start late, but I don't know. I don't know what time I started at. I don't know who I am or where I am or whatever most of the time. So yeah. So that's that done. Let's put the lids back on, Dave, because they end up with dry glue. So we will find a way, because we always find a way. Let's put some clips back in. We'll find a way to attach it to the lap board. Again, that's probably going to be, it will be next time, but whether it'll be next week, I don't know. I'm off for 2 weeks now, and it's going to be doing kitchen time. So Brian, I think that's the reason why Brian's working so much, to see if he can get out of it.
I'm working a lot less.
So we'll find a way to attach that in there. So that will sit in there. Like I say, it doesn't stick out too much actually anyway. So that's how it will be. So hope you've enjoyed that today. Hope to see you next week, and can't believe that's another hour gone. So I get really itchy to do this. I get really itchy. I should take some antihistamines. No, I get really itchy to do that. Not really itchy.
Breathe and speak.
I get the itch to do something about this between videos, but I keep it back. I rein it in, and I don't do it. But I've got so many ideas going around my head. The problem is I've forgotten what they are by the time I come round to it. So, and yes, I know I should write them down, but then I forget to look at what I've written down. So, So
you
there's-
put it when you
or where I've put it, yeah, or where I've put it, or I've saved it in my phone, but where did I save it? So anyway, that's where we currently are. So I hope you're enjoying what we're up to. I hope to see you next week. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Dash of Dave on YouTube, and Crafty Moose on Facebook. Although I might be looking at rectifying that. So, and changing it to Dash of Dave on both platforms. So anyway, I will always be a Crafty Moose. So just saying. So you all have a lovely day, afternoon, evening, morning, or whatever time it is with you. My name is Dash of Dave. Thank you for watching. Please like this video. Please share it as well. Come over to, if you're watching on Facebook, come over to YouTube and have a look at the other things that I've made. I try to do one live video and one pre-recorded video that goes onto my YouTube. So pre-recorded stuff goes onto my YouTube and the live stuff goes onto both platforms. So yes, I will see you all very soon. Thank you very much. As I always say, I love you all without exception until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to. And I will see you all in the next video. You take care. See ya. Bye. Pants.